La la la. Last time I analyzed a song, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. A mouthful of a title, I concluded that it's a good song. For the next song, we're going with whatever they play next on the radio at the time of recording this, and that is
an APR for an amazing
a commercial. Figures. But the next song they played was Please Come Home for Christmas by Aaron Neville, which is a song I would not have ever chosen myself, so I'm glad I'm stepping out of my zone of familiarity.
Please come home for Christmas.
But first things first, while I was listening to the song and looking up who Aaron Neville is, something stood out. Something struck me as familiar. Then it hit me. Of course! This is the guy that sang I Don't Want to Live on the Moon with Ernie on Sesame Street.
Well, I'd like to visit the moon on a rocket ship high in the air.
Yes, I'd like to visit the moon, but I don't think I'd like to live there.
Oh wow, what a throwback. I love that song. So that about covers it. I'm pretty sure that's what he's most known for, so I don't have to do any more research on him. Great, 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 great. Now, on to the song. About the song. Please Come Home for Christmas is a Christmas song and a song about the blues. Two things that don't quite mix. Fittingly, it was first written and performed in 1960 by Charles Brown, a name synonymous with being sad and Christmas time. See, Christmas is supposed to be about bottling up your emotions and wearing plastic smiles until the in-laws leave and the kids go back to school, remember? Besides, Christmas should be white, not blue. And by white, I obviously didn't mean anything racist by it. You see, there's a song called White Christmas, so that was the joke I was going for. But seriously, there are a lot of people that don't feel like celebrating Christmas, and there are even people that just straight up hate it. Like the girl from Gremlins.
Now I have another reason to hate Christmas. The worst thing that ever happened to me was on Christmas. It was Christmas Eve. I was 9 years old. Me and Mom were decorating the tree, waiting for Dad to come home from work. Christmas Day came and went, and still nothing. It was snowing outside. The house was freezing, so I went to try to light up the fire, and that's when I noticed the smell. The firemen came and broke through the chimney top, and me and Mom were expecting them to pull out a dead cat or a bird, and instead they pulled out my father. He was dressed in a Santa Claus suit. He slipped and broke his neck, died instantly. And that's how I found out there was no Santa Claus.
Anyways, let's try to judge this song by its own merit. The Eagles covered the song in 1978 and Aaron Neville in 1993, and those are the two versions I'm talking about. First off, the JPM, that's Jingle Bells Per Minute, is again a flat line. There aren't any. But again, the song does begin with Bells Will Be Ringing. Just like the last song I covered, this song is about how it's going to be Christmas. But instead of being excited like Ben was to get that, this person is sad and lonely. Instead of dreading the children being home from school, this person is dreading spending the holidays alone.
My baby's gone. I have no friend to wish me greetings once again.
Ouch. That hits hard. I wish I had friends. I wish I had a baby. Man, what's even the point to all this? I mean, why even bother putting up lights and trees? I mean, you're just gonna take them down anyways, you know? Sorry, I got carried away. Yeah, this song's always a bummer when it comes on. I personally don't like sad songs, but I can understand why other people like it. Again, because I'm not a fan of sad songs, I'm not exactly an expert on the genre of the blues. But one thing I do know about the blues, which is also in line with Christmas songs, is that they tell you what it's about in the song. Almost every Christmas song I know of is about how it either is or will be Christmas. And every blues song I know of, which, granted is not many, is about the singer having the blues. With Please Come Home for Christmas, both are said in the second line of the song.
Oh, what a Christmas to have the blues.
One last thing I noticed in the lyrics was a rhyme of the same word. Silent Night, Candlelight, and New Year's Night. That's rhyming night with night, but with a candlelight buffer, so I'll let the song off with a pass. But, just so you know, I take rhyming in my songs very seriously. If it doesn't properly rhyme, I consider it a crime. So, I'll let them off with a warning, you know, 'cause it's Christmas. And the singer seems like he's having a hard time of it. Difference is, Aaron Neville's version is very soulful. He sounds like he's really pleading for Christmas to end, and when I hear it, damn it makes me want Christmas to end too. The Eagles version is more rock and roll. Everyone knows the iconic
Bells will be ringing,
and there's a little guitar riff near the end with that pause.
so won't you tell me?
The Eagles kind of took the edge off for me and made it more of a rock song, and a little less sad than Aaron Neville made it, so I guess it plays better on the radio that way. Conclusion. One thing I really like about Christmas music is that it doesn't always conform to music tropes that you see in today's modern music. Elements like using actual musical instruments or live recordings. I mean, where else would you hear on the radio Chuck Berry next to Katy Perry, next to Mannheim Steamroller, next to Frank Sinatra? What this song highlights is a non-repetitive structure to its music. There are no verses or chorus, it's just one long poem. And I think it really works. It takes its time, and I feel like they just don't do that anymore with songs, especially on the radio. So, in light of the whole pandemic, please stay home for Christmas.
Friends and relations.
And now, David overthinks a joke.
I mean, where else can you hear Chuck Berry next to Katy Perry, and Nat King Cole and Frank Sinatra and Whitney Houston? I guess that's not a good comparison. I mean, where else would you hear Chuck Berry next to Mannheim Steamroller, next to Celine Dion, next to Katy Perry, next to the Eagles? Except for probably my own music library. I mean, where else would you hear on the radio Chuck Berry next to Frank Sinatra, next to Katy Perry, next to Mannheim Steamroller, Reliant K, Frank Sinatra, next to Whitney Houston, next to the Jackson 5, next to Katy Perry, next to Mannheim Steamroller, next to the Eagles, next to Celine Dion, next to Frank Sinatra? Are those all names that people wouldn't expect?
Send salutation. Sure.